Hi, this is Viveka from The Nourished Caveman, and welcome to the third episode of Doctor's Blunders. This week, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite topics. It's keto for epilepsy, and the results that I got with one of my patients, Lucas, who's going to share with us his story in person, actually. So, this is a very interesting topic on multiple levels. Let me present the case of Lucas and tell you also what the doctor's recommendation was for him. First of all, Lucas had been diagnosed with epileptic seizures at the age of 21. He was suffering from a very specific kind of seizure called absence seizures. He had been on medication for about 3 years and then got himself off of the medication because the side effects were actually worse than the symptoms of the disease. And when he came to me, he was 29 years old and he was trying to manage the best he could by himself. So a couple of really interesting things before I disclose to you what the doctors say, because Lucas did actually go to his doctor and ask him if the keto diet was going to be appropriate. In a minute, we're going to have a clip of Lucas sharing his own experience with you directly, so he will tell you what the doctor blunder was. Before Lucas shares with us, let me just tell you a couple of very interesting things about his case that are going to put it in context. The first thing is Lucas' diet was eating clean, but in reality was a little bit all over the place and dictated by his busy schedule. Also, his digestive function was less than optimal, meaning his digestion, both stomach and gut, was not really working very well. And the third thing, very important, that we discovered later in working together was that the seizures started appearing after Lucas was put on a certain medication by one of his doctors. And it was an anti-acne medication at a very young age. So let's see what Lucas has to share with us, and then I will tell you my personal conclusions. Hey, Lucas. So do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience with your doctor when you went and asked advice about keto for your epilepsy?
So I was seeing a neurologist for a few years after I was diagnosed with epilepsy, and right around the time I was 25, a few years after I was diagnosed, I was speaking with him and I said, so how would a ketogenic diet affect my health condition based on everything that you know about it? And he essentially just kind of scoffed and said, you have to have Spartan-like concentration and focus in order to do something like that. I don't really recommend it. And my response was, okay. And then that basically held me off from doing it for another couple of years. And then I just kind of took it upon myself. And then shortly after, I found you, and it worked out pretty well that I didn't listen to him.
And so what were the results that you actually got by doing the keto diet despite of the advice of your doctor?
So for me personally, I have a slightly less severe form of epilepsy than most people think of. It worked pretty well for me pretty fast. So I had started working with you, and then within about a month and a half to 2 months, I started seeing just profound results, maybe 80% improvement. And then been doing it for about 5 years now. And it's basically completely reversed at this point. I have almost no symptoms and I'm on no medication, and I haven't been for many years. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Excellent. And you have embraced the ketogenic life to the point that now you're actually helping other people achieve the same results, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, it just took my life in such a different direction that I really just wanted to start utilizing what I knew and what I learned over the last 5 years to start helping other people and try to teach as many people as possible who may need to lose weight or get over a disease or anything like that, things that I've learned over so many years to try to improve their condition.
Excellent. Well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you hear that? The doctor thought that keto was not possible to maintain, and so therefore why even try? Well, what actually happened, as you heard from Lucas, is that he was very successful in maintaining his ketogenic diet. Not just that. So what happened from my point of view in working with Lucas was that we cleaned up his diet and not just got him into steady ketosis, but we also cleaned up all the junk food, fast food, convenience food, processed food, and just really got him on a good keto paleo regime. And that became his lifestyle later, so it's sustainable for long term. And as you heard, he's pretty passionate about it, so it must be working well for him, right? The other thing is that cleaned up his digestive system in a way that he could really absorb the nutrients from the food, and also addressed any dysbiosis in the gut, any problems with his gut flora that might have prevented his brain from being at full potential, because you very well know there is a strong relationship between the gut and the brain. And the third thing, which for me was pivotal in the resolution of his case, and the doctors never even considered going there possibly, or even considered that as a root cause, was that medication that he was given that started the episodes of absence seizures. So we did a thorough, extensive detox to remove any residues of chemicals or medication that even 10 years later could have remained present in his body, especially in the fatty tissues. I think that the combination of three elements, ketosis, gut, and detoxing, was what fully resolved his case. What is the difference between, well, first of all, doctors that tells you don't even try keto, is not even worth the effort, or you're not going to be able to maintain it. And secondly, doctors who have absolutely no idea about the possible causes of these seizures. And thirdly, a doctor just giving you medication and not even trying to support your body and seeing that the body could possibly heal itself. This is what we are dealing with on a daily basis when it comes to medical doctors. And unfortunately, they're training to just address the dysfunction, the disease part, and not the healing part of what our bodies are facing when we are in a state of disease. So I encourage you, as always, to do your own research, to inform yourself, to think for yourself, to empower yourself. Don't be a victim to the system. Don't be a victim to the big pharmaceutical companies who just try to push their medication. Don't be a victim to the poor doctors who mean well, but they don't have the tools to actually resolve your problems. Think for yourself, take charge of your health, take responsibility for your health. And of course, I'm here to help in any way I can with my knowledge, clinical expertise, and the tools that I have that are part of nutrition. If you like this information, please follow my channel here on YouTube, follow my blog, find me on Facebook and Instagram, tons of recipes on Pinterest, and I hope you have fun following this keto paleo lifestyle. It's very enjoyable, and I will see you next week for the next episode of Doctor's Blunders.